yesterday we began with the lesson 4, verification and valuation of asset and liability. So in this particular lesson we will see how various types of assets and various types of liabilities are verified and their value is set. That means their money worth in terms of money will be set. Okay. So with the revision we shall begin. So yesterday we discussed about verification, meaning, see, the verification means an auditor will check the following elements, these 6 aspects with respect to the asset. That means in verification of asset, he will see whether there is the asset existence, means asset is existing, it has some value, it is having the ownership and title, means to whom that particular asset belongs to, who is the owner, that thing will be checked. Then he will also see the possession, that means under whose control is that asset, which person is currently using that asset, that is possession. And charge profits, because goodwill will be mainly calculated based on the profits. I think you have studied this in valuation of goodwill, 3rd semester corporate accounting subject. Okay. Goodwill. See, now we'll see how valuation and verification will be done for the goodwill. For a building or plant or furniture or any other physical assets, we can verify with the existence by physical verification. But goodwill is an intangible. It does not have any physical existence. So to verify or evaluate the goodwill, there are some different measures, there are some different measures especially for this goodwill. So what are those? See, one thing is, as I told, goodwill fluctuates with the changing levels of profits. And verification of price paid for purchase. For example, if one company is purchasing another company, okay, is acquiring another company, then that buying company, for example, if the company A is purchasing or acquiring company B, then A will give amount exclusively for the goodwill of company, will verify the accuracy of the amount paid for the goodwill. So he will cross verify if company A has paid exact amount or it has paid more, it has paid legal amount for buying goodwill of company B. That is verification of price paid. Then how do we verify this? Connected to that, he will examine the goodwill in purchase consideration. So if company A is going to acquire company B, they will pay the amount that is called purchase consideration, and they will acquire all the asset and liabilities. Okay, so the goodwill means the total asset minus total liabilities minus total purchase consideration. I will repeat, company A is acquiring company B. So while calculating goodwill, I mean, if the company B is acquired, then obviously all the assets and liabilities of company B will belong to company A. So the goodwill will be calculated. They will calculate all the total assets of B, and they will minus all the total liabilities of the company B, and they will minus the purchase consideration. And if the number is positive, means if asset is more, then the resulting will be goodwill. But if the assets are less and liabilities are more, then the difference will be adjusted in capital reserve. So in such transaction, that is in mergers and acquisition, this particular goodwill will be verified thoroughly. Okay, then this is about other company. What if the company creates its own goodwill? So in that case, auditor should justify, even the company should justify that the creation of goodwill is proper, accurate, and it is done based on the principles of accounting. That is called justification of creation of goodwill. To justify or to verify, auditor will go through the Method of calculating goodwill, how the particular company has calculated goodwill. So he will cross verify with the method applied. And once the goodwill is created, every year a particular amount of goodwill is written off. Amortization is done. Because goodwill is an intangible asset, it needs to get amortized. A particular amount is written off. Goodwill is shown at the value arrived after amortization. So that will be the final value. Then the fourth point is investment. See, investment means not only the shares or debentures, it can also be investment on the project, but shares and debentures. Okay, so how those investments will be calculated? Watching of purchase of investment. So whenever the investment is purchased, the document or related to the purchase of investment will be thoroughly verified by the auditor. He will watch, he will examine those documents thoroughly for the purchase of investment. Then cross verify the existence with demat account and share certificate. So whenever the shares are purchased, the shares will be credited to demat account, and when the shares are sold, it will be debited with the demat account. Demat account is an account created exclusively for the purpose of share trading, and in the demat account we also have the share certificates. So the investments that are stated in the books of accounts are cross verified with the demat account and share certificate, so that the auditor can come to know whether all the assets are really existing or they have written in the books just to show for the purpose of investment. Confirmation about receipt of dividends. If the dividends are earned by the company for any shares, okay, so all those things will be recorded in the books, and the auditor should need to confirm whether the dividends are obtained, whether the dividends are earned and received properly, and they are properly documented also. So he need to confirm about the receipt of dividends. Ensure proper accounting treatment. So with respect to purchase of investment, sale of investment, and the earning of dividends, the accounting treatment will be provided properly. Then valuation methods are rightly applied, which means obtain schedule of security. Rightly applied. Yeah, for evaluating the shares and securities, we have many types of valuation exclusively for the shares. Okay, even though it is an current asset, we have some additional methods like yield to market, okay, yield to maturity method. We have many types. You may go and see in the Google or in the courses, because it's some advanced courses. Those who are interested to do MCOM, they will learn it as a separate subject. But those who are interested, you can go to the Google. It's a very broad concept. So there are some valuation methods which are exclusively done for the purpose of investment. So auditors should confirm whether the investment valuation methods are correctly applied or not. Then obtain of schedule of securities if investment are large in number. Means if the company purchases many investments, okay, the investments will not be generally in one or two, they will be lakhs and lakhs. So for if the investment are in large numbers, the company will maintain a schedule of investment, that is called schedule of securities, and this schedule of securities will be cross verified by the auditor, so he can analyze whether the assets are really existing in the business, whether the investment is properly done. So he can confirm with the schedule of securities. Then ensure proper disclosure of documents. Means all the investments related documents will be disclosed, will be presented in the final auditing report. Okay, that is ensure proper disclosure of documents. So based on this method, he can do the verification valuation of investment. He will need to, I'll just repeat the whole thing. He need to examine the documents related to purchase of investment. He need to cross verify the existence with the demat account and share certificate, and then confirmation about receipt of dividends. So if the dividends are received by the company, he will cross verify with that. He will ensure proper accounting treatment. Valuation methods are rightly applied. Okay, for the valuation of investment, and if the investment are large in numbers, he will get the schedule of securities and he can cross verify with that. Then he will verify whether all the documents related to the investments are properly disclosed or not. And at last we have stock in trade. Stock in trade means the actual inventory, what we call stock in trade means the actual stock that are meant for the purpose of sale. It is called stock in trade. So with respect to stock in trade, how the company or auditor will go for verification and valuation. Under stock, we have three major categories: raw materials, semi-finished goods, and finished goods. But he can apply the common methods or common techniques of verification for all the types of trade. Okay, na? Then what are the things he need to check? The stock sheet for quantity and prices. Means the auditor or the company or the warehouse will maintain a separate stock sheet for quantity and prices. So you need to cross verify with the stock sheet, and he can assure how much the quantity, how much quantity has come in, how much quantity has gone out of the company, how much is existing, and at what prices they are dealt with. Then he examine the costing method applied. Means we know that stock costing will be done based on this FIFO, LIFO methods, weighted average method. So he need to check what type of costing method is applied. Then compare valuation and invoices. Means he need to compare the bills that is having with him, and then he need to cross verify the exact accuracy of the valuation method done. That is called comparison of valuation and invoices. Test check for physical verification of stock. Means if the situation permits, if the circumstances is possible, then auditor should physically verify the existence and verification of stock. He need to do physical verification. He need to go himself, check with his own teammate, and then he need to verify the stock. Take care about number of pages of the stock record. So as we told, he need to cross verify the stock sheet, but there won't be any one or two stock sheets. Okay, the stock sheets will be more in number. Generally, it's a big file. So auditor should be taking care that details of any one sheet should also not be missed. Number of pages that are maintained as stock sheets should be all the pages should be available, because we may not know that in a particular sheet the crucial details will be there, and if that sheet is missed, we may get altogether different information. So that's why auditor should be confirming about the number of pages that are used as stock sheets. Internal check of stock purchase and handling. So we saw how stock related thing will be applied in the internal check. Means internal check related to purchases, internal check related to sales. So he need to cross verify he need to examine the internal check system in depth related to stock purchases, stock sales, and stock maintenance also. And if there are any defective goods, means if there are any problem with the goods, he need to assure that the proper accounting treatment is given. It should not be shown as sales. Okay, or if it is sold as scrap, then scrap will be shown separately. So he need to see whether the proper accounting treatment for defective goods are given or not. Cross verify with the goods inward and outward. So he can verify with the stock sheets, goods inward and outward, and he can assure whether the stock details are provided rightly or not. These are the verification method for the stock in trade. as you have, see, this completes the verification valuation of assets.